Good day, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone today? We are here in Erfurt in Germany, and today we're flying over to Dusseldorf, so we're going to be heading westward. Hello to everybody that's here. We've got, well, Nick's having an issue. He'll be back in a second. We got Dark Fury. We've got Pilot Pat, and watching Flying Passenger in the chat, we have Dr. Magic. I hope everyone is doing very well today. It is a beautiful, I don't think anyone else is here, no. But it is a beautiful day here in Germany, and the weather looks good right across as we're heading over to the far western side of Germany. So let's hop on board and we can start getting everything set up. Alright, so we're on board the aircraft. We'll just move up into our seat and we can start loading. Oh, that's okay. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight then. That is all good. So while everybody is loading on board, let's take a look and see where we are headed today. Let me just pull up the Navigraph. There we go. So we're currently over here. This is Erfurt. We're going to take off. We're going to be heading up in a northwesterly direction past Kassel up to the WRB VOR. We're then going to turn southwest along this way down to the GMH VOR. We're going to again turn northwest again, and we're going to head directly to the airport, and which is right there. And once at the airport, we're going to pass overhead the field at about 4,000 feet, and then we're going to make this pattern out towards here, arcing out towards the I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, the MHV VOR, or beacon. And we'll come out this way and around, and then we'll swing in for the landing. Hello, Kevin. Oh, I see your name's just popped in for the Spitfire. Excellent. Well, here's hoping that your internet holds up. So the current weather, I'll just get an update, is almost no wind here, and it's pretty much clear skies, as you can see looking outside. Let's throw the weather into the chat. We'll get rid of the planning information. And we should be pretty good to, oh no, I don't know what's happened, Kevin, but look what's back. It's the Spitiki. Interesting. Now, I did turn on generic model matching for multiplayer aircraft. I mean, it's not having any effect on the DC-6s. I don't know why it would have an effect on the Spitfire. So that is a little bit annoying. Let me quickly turn that off. So traffic. See if that makes a difference. Still showing you as a Spitiki. It's not good. Alright. I might be stuck with that for this flight. Anyway, let's take a look at our load today. So our fuel that we're going to need is let me update that. I did that in kilograms instead of pounds by mistake.
At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the
Let's recalculate that.
If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know, and we would be happy to help.
There we go. The fuel we're going to need is 5,965 pounds.
Make sure you close it as a
So let's
courtesy
get
to
that
other
down to
passengers.
roughly
Also, be sure
that.
the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other
5,000.
passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card provided for you.
65.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform
There we
these
go,
actions.
66.
If you're not, please let a flight attendant know.
So our payload today
Feel free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process,
is
but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
we have 47 passengers today. So we'll get them loaded in. And we are carrying 14,950, 4,140 pounds of cargo. So it's, oops, no, 4,000. 100, and that's close enough. So our gross weight's 80,000. We're under the 86,000 for the wet takeoff, so we'll be a dry takeoff. So we have all that now loaded in place. Everybody's still loading on board. We'll pop out, take a look. Oh, looks like Nick got back in. Go this way. So Nick's in, Dark Fury's there. We got Pilot Pat beside us, and well, Kevin was over here. Yeah, I still never figured out how your internet would cause that, Kevin, but we'll see. I did turn off the generic aircraft, so we'll see what happens. So we're still boarding up. We're almost loaded. And Roger's now taking his seat. Get the armrest down. And Fred's still got to deal with the ramp agent. Oh. And we have a Spitfire. Look at that. Now, the question is, since you went and reloaded and I went and turned off generic model matching, which one was it? Who knows? But I see the Irish Spit, and it is levitating, which is pretty cool.
We're on your time now.
Very neat trick indeed. Alright, so everybody's now on board, so we'll get the cargo holds closed, pull the cabin stairs, get the main exit done. Load sheet is now signed off, so the stairs can come up. Closing up the aircraft. And we'll close that door. And we are secured, and Fred can take his seat now.
Our flight time will be roughly 59 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode.
Ground power units connected, and Fred, if you would, the before start checklist.
Already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Alright. So, we'll be able to do a little bit of the setup here once he gets the radios on.
Voice recorder. Tasted. Oil coolers and cow flaps. Auto in position. Fuel and fluids.
I'll turn that one on. So the first frequency, 113.7.
Manifold and duct pressure. Checked.
There we go.
Radios.
Second one is 115.4.
Checked.
There we go.
Doors and hatches.
And I am going to tune in the ILS frequency on nav 2, which is 11015. So 11015
Closed. Door warning lights.
is set.
Out.
We have
Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles.
just looking here, we have no
Set to idle.
beacons
Propellers.
to tune in.
Forward and 3.
So we're good there. And everything there is set. First direction we're going to want is going to be roughly 289 degrees. So quickly dial that in. It's going to be right about there. And we are good to start engines. So we're all set. Mixture is set. We can go up to the overhead. And magnetos are on both. Our number 3 are both. Engine selector number 3. Main fuel pumps low for number 3, and we're good to crank.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Boost and prime. So number 3, we got pressure, we got RPM, we got fuel pressure, oil
Ladies and
pressure.
gentlemen, please direct your attention
Excellent.
to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
There's the
Ladies and gentlemen,
first switches.
welcome on board this Royal Canadian Air Force Douglas DC-6 aircraft.
Number
On
4
behalf
mixture.
of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to
Bags,
the cabin
engine
attendants as we
selector, fuel
review
pump.
the emergency procedures. There
Cranking.
are 9 emergency exits on this aircraft, 5 on the left and 4 on the right.
6.
Take a minute to locate the exit
9.
closest to you. Note that the nearest
12.
exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down
Engine
from above your
4.
seat. Place the mask over your mouth and
Looking
nose, like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your
Engine
carry-on
2.
items behind. In the event of a water landing, life vests are located below your seats and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit and slide.
Cranking 2.
We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. Smoking is only permitted when the no smoking sign is out. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à bord de cet avion AA DC-6 de l'aviation royale
Good start
canadienne.
engine 2.
Au
Pressures.
nom de l'équipage, je vous demande de porter votre attention sur
Everything is
les agents
looking
de
good.
bord pendant que nous examinons les procédures d'urgence. Il y a 9 sorties de secours sur cet avion,
Engine 1.
5 à gauche et 4 à droite. Prenez une minute pour localiser la sortie la plus proche de chez vous. Notez que la sortie la plus proche peut être derrière vous.
Megs, ignition,
Comptez le nombre
pump,
de lignes
and
jusqu'à cette
cranking.
sortie. Si la cabine subit une perte de pression soudaine, restez calme et écoutez les instructions du personnel de cabine. Les masques à oxygène tomberont du dessus de votre
There we go.
assemble pour la serrer. Dans le cas peu probable d'un atterrissage d'urgence et d'une évacuation, laissez vos bagages à main
All
derrière vous.
4 engines are up.
En cas d'amérissage, des gilets
All
de
4
sauvetage
engines
sont
back to
situés
idle.
sur vos sièges et un éclairage de secours vous mènera à votre sortie et toboggans les plus proches. Nous vous demandons de vous assurer que tous les bagages à
The
main
switches
sont
are
rangés en
off.
toute sécurité pendant le vol.
After start checklist.
Fumer n'est autorisé que lorsque le panneau d'interdiction de fumer est éteint. Pendant que nous attendons le décollage, veuillez prendre un moment pour examiner la carte de données de sécurité dans la poche du siège devant vous. Thank you and enjoy your flight.
Checked and on. Emergency lights.
There goes Dark Fury. There's Kevin beside us. I'm not sure why everyone's floating here.
Removed. Off to start checks.
I forgot to download the updated livery, which I just did a minute ago, so hopefully next time I'll remember to do that. So after start checks are done, we are ready to taxi. So we're going to be taking off on runway 27. Winds are pretty much non-existent. This parking brake is off. Let's move out. Everything's looking good. Looks like everybody has started up. board. It's not a long taxi. It's fairly short. Not sure where I'm getting all this stuttering from. And since it's short, let's do the before takeoff checklist.
Boost pumps. Boost pumps on low. Fuel selector and crossfeed. Main tanks and crossfeed off. Autopilot and carb heat. Off and cold. Hydraulic system. Down, forward, pressure and quantity checked. Okay. Flaps 20.
Alright, we're going to stop the whole short line.
Flaps set 20. Windows and turbine. Closed and on. Controls. Gust lock released. Free. Pitot heater. On. Mixture and cowl flaps.
Do love the sound of that brake.
Bridge unlocked. Set. Transponder. On. Landing lights.
Alright, parking brake is on. My Dark Fury is away. So we'll move out to position.
Extended and on. Before takeoff checks complete.
So landing lights are out. Again, it's going to be a slight turn to the right and hopefully pick up the VOR for the first segment of this trip. Bit of an air show going on. I'm sure the tower is going to be wanting to talk to that pilot. Let's get ourselves lined up here. There we go. So parking brake is on, and dry takeoff.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize.
I think I'm going to do a left-hand orbit over the airfield. Hello, Talia. How are you today?
30 inches, stabilized. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps set. Full power, please. Going full power.
Again, I don't know why it's so choppy right now. The sim. Yeah, I did notice those DC-6s were mating. So DC-3s are born. Alright, brakes released. Oh, that was delayed. Huh. Sim has become a real stutter fest here. We'll see what happens once we're in the air. knots. Start our climb. There we are. We're off the ground and everything smooths out. I don't know what's going on today. It's a fun airplane, tell ya. It's a handful. It's a challenge, but it is it's fun to fly. You're coming up.
Gear up, lights out.
We'll do our left turn. The other guys get up in the air. We're gonna ease down the climb rate, let the speed build, so we can go to METO power. Beautiful countryside there. Not sure why it was stuttering like it was closer to the ground.
Flaps going up.
Here's the airfield. Looks like Nick's up. And Pat's lined up.
METO power. Setting meter power, 48 inches, 2600 RPM.
We're going to try to trim for 160. You know, as we set power, we're going to lose airspeed, so we're just
Meter
watching
power
it
set.
now.
Climb power. Setting climb power.
We do have the VOR coming in, 77 miles away. There's the airfield. So I'm going to turn to about a heading of 300, and then we'll level out.
Climb power set.
Hello, Captain Mega Xenon. We are on the Northern Europe server. Northern Europe.
After takeoff checks complete.
All my multiplayer events are done on that server because most of my the people that fly with me are in Europe. Let's get the nose down a little bit. Get that speed coming up. We're going to go for the intercept. Throw on the gyro pilot. Engage the clutch. We're now in gyro mode. We're pretty close, so I'm just going to go into localizer and we can go capture the radio and we'll be good. So my flights, Captain Mega Xenon, are usually either multiplayer when we do things like this, or sometimes do VAT sim flights for a little bit more formal flying. Nick, we're going up to flight level 120 for today's flight. 120. There's Pat taking off, so nicely done, sir. And we're just heading up to intercept the VOR radio. Come back a little bit. And we're going to pressurize the cockpit. Again, should have done this on the ground. But better late than Norway. Oh, hey, you're from Norway. Oh, excellent. Well, give me a second. I'll throw the Discord server up. It has all my flight stuff. We currently do 4 flights a week. That may change in the near future. And maybe going to 5. I'm working on something. And so you can find the information there. You can join us on the Discord. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the sub. Try to do community flights for 2 reasons. One, it's a lot more fun to fly with people, and we do a variety of stuff from small GA airplanes to airliners. And Oh, there you are up there. Oh, excellent. You're flying that A320. And then we do try to help people along with new airplanes and flying and stuff. And it's one of the things I like is helping people get into the sim and get going. So if you want to come along and join in, you are absolutely more than welcome. Right now we're doing a series of flights across Germany in the DC-6. So we've been going for, what are we, like 10 weeks now, roughly, of just crisscrossing Germany and learning how to fly this pretty cool airplane. We do smaller GA flights as well, and we have a series going now on Sundays where we're flying the A320. So all the times and stuff are up on the Discord server. If you want to pop in there, take a look. You are more than welcome to join us. Alright, so there's 8,000 feet, 4,000 to go. Get this thing out of the way for now. Oh, that's cool. Well, thanks for saying hi in the chat. Do appreciate it. And hope you have a great flight today. So 9,000 feet coming out, 165 knots, which is what we want. And we are tracking the VOR out towards our first waypoint, which is the Varberg VOR. We're over the winter months, Captain Megazenon is we're going to be recreating the Pan American around the world flights they used to do in the DC-6. So it's going to run on Sundays, and it's going to take us from New York, or actually Chicago to Chicago, flying around the world in multiple legs across the winter. So should be pretty cool, and it's going to be an accurate recreation, live, the actual time the flight used to be, live weather, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, it's 10,300 feet. Speed's slowing slightly, so we'll a couple notches down on the gyro pilot. My gyro rings light, red light when I try. Oh, this thing? Oh. I don't think I've ever had that. Tell you want to be proficient all-stock aircraft and add-ons as I get them. Yeah, it's. I tell you, it's the same thing as flying in real life, where flying multiple airplanes can get tricky. It's fairly easy in GA airplanes because they're, you know, for the most part they're fairly similar, but as you get to the bigger ones, the individuality gets a little bit harder to maintain proficiency in them. Alright, so 400 feet to go. We'll ease down. 300, 200, 100 feet to go. I have the CRJ 700, 550, 700. Haven't flown it a lot recently, and Most of my airliner stuff is the A320, although I am looking at adding in a new series of flights. But I got to do a little bit of testing first to see how the aircraft is, and then we'll see what we're going to do with it. But I do a lot of GA stuff and then some airliner stuff. It's kind of a mix. So there's 1200. We're up to 195. So let's get the cruise check.
Set cruise power, please. Setting cruise power.
Talia, was that the salty sim mod they overlaid on it? Alright, cruise power is coming in. Fuel flow coming back.
Cruise power is set.
Alright, we're down to about 660 on the fuel flow, which is what we want. Yeah, it is, and that's why I'm not too worried about flying the A320. It's some of the other ones that I haven't flown in a while.
Cruise checks are complete.
All right. So we are set in cruise. See if I can remember my views here. So this is all cockpit. There we go. There's the outside. Looks like Dark Fury's down there buzzing the trees. See Nick and his Spitfire Escort behind me there. Beautiful countryside. And
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in the feedback for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only...
Talia, yeah, Working Title have done a fantastic job in modifying the aircraft. Well, it's used in what? It's the CRJ, or the CJ4. I know Salty's using it. It's good. So, I think the Captain Sim 777's using parts of it as well. Although no one really likes that one. Oh, Megaxenon, you got the new, is that the new stable version that you're trying out? Where'd Pilot Pat go? Pat, you still up in the air? I'm not seeing your tag. Oh, is that part of what they're using? Ah, that's good. Yeah, I'm still using the development version of the A320. It's going to be interesting to see what the Phoenix A320 ends up... oh, there you are. No, you popped up now. What the A320 CEO ends up looking like. Yeah, Megaxenon, it is a rare one, that's for sure. It's getting better, but like right now, Dark Fury just appeared and disappeared again, which is very annoying when you're trying to do multiplayer flights. I'm sure it'll get better over time. So let's calculate our descent point. So we are going to be going down to 4,000 feet initially for when we cross over the field at Dusseldorf. So that's going to be an 8,000 foot descent. So 8 times 5 is 40, add 30 for slowing down, that's 70 miles out. So we are going to want 27 miles out from the GMH VOR. And that will give us our descent point with space to slow down. But a beautiful day for flying over Western Germany. Dark, your gyro pilot's not working? Mine's working fine. I'm tracking the ILS and I'm on course from what I can tell. Captain, I did. I flew for 14 years. Small airplanes, general aviation type of stuff, Cessnas and some biplanes and stuff like that. Nothing big and nothing for work. It was always just for fun. Dark popping in again? No, that's somebody else. Alright, so we're 26.5 miles out from the first turn. 15.4 is inputted. So we are all good. Of course, Roger's keeping an eye on where we are while Fred mans the engines. Outside air temperature is just below 0. Not that we have any moisture out there, but we will turn on the windshield heating anyway. No, don't be sorry. It's good to have you here. And as I said, you're more than welcome to actually join us on one of our flights when we do them. If you check on the Discord in the briefing room, you'll see the information for each different series that I'm doing. And usually at least a day in advance I try to get the stream posted up in advance so that you can see it and read the description and get the information. Altitude hold freaked out. Had to switch. I don't know if they did it in an update or what it was, but for the longest time I would engage it for like 12,000 feet and it would settle me at like 12,300. And then in the last couple flights, it's worked perfectly. So, not sure what's going on. Here we have the lovely town of Kassel. Looks like they got a nice forest there. Beside it. I want the rest of the particle system put in so you can see like the flames coming out of the engines at night, smoke on startup. And PMDG said they are going to put that stuff in. So that would be really cool. The wake turbulence, it would be interesting. I prefer them to get the weather sorted out so that we actually had the live weather more reliably the same for everybody. I mean, it used to be. I mean, there was times when I remember flying with Nick where everything was matched perfectly, and same with Gavin. You know, we'd approach up front at and as each one of us approached it, we saw the same weather. But nowadays, it's a bit odd. Xenon, if you're asking me, I am from Canada. I am in the Toronto area. Hence, the Royal Canadian Air Force DC-6 that we're flying today. Oh, there's dark down there. Must be doing an inspection of the wind turbines. That is noisy outside. Yeah, that's true. Alright, we're 9.5 miles out. We're going to switch the gyropilot over to gyropilot mode. And we will now come up here to the radios. We'll switch to the next VOR, and the one after that will be 1515. Let's go 15 and 15. That's Dusseldorf itself. And we are going to want 248 in the OBS, so we'll go to 248. So about there, and when that comes over, we will engage the localizer. Xenon, I haven't flown it in a while, to be honest. I had an issue with it, and there's some problems with the Sim Update 5, and I never got back into it, so it's actually been a few months since I've flown it. I may go back into it at some point, but right now I've got enough things happening that we're there, so we'll go into localizer. That with all the flying I'm doing, I don't have time at the moment, but it may be one that pops up again in a series down the road. There we go. So we're making our turn. Oh, I see another Spitfire down there. I do think we need to all get together, chip in, and buy Wayne a watch. But it's good to see Wayne has joined us in his Spitfire, providing a little bit of protection for Dark Fury down there. Alright, so there's the town of Mars. Where is Marsburg? Here's Marsburg. Ah, it looks like I can actually see everybody this time. Oh, except for Dark Fury, don't know where he went. I'm assuming he's still down here with these guys. So, 27 miles out, we are going to begin our descent as we head down for Dusseldorf. Oh boy. Sorry to hear that, Dark. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm having no issue, and I don't know, you might want to reinstall the airplane. Eastbirds! Oh, it's good to see you. Wish you were in the air with us, but it's nice to see your name pop up in chat. Yeah, I haven't seen an update in the last week or two. Might need to be reinstalled, yeah. Well, Nick, I'm glad you've worked it out for your one. Well, I guess if you couldn't fly there, Eastbirds, you might as well focus on work. Oh, there's Wayne in his Spitfire. Alright, 34.5 miles. Everything is looking good. Wayne coming up. Let's see if we get the view. Which one is it? 8? Should see him go by in a second. There you go. Well, I saw his shadow anyway. We have about 3 miles till we begin our descent. And we're 70 miles out from the airport. Yeah, we got to get you back in here, Eastbirds, especially in the Spitfire. We are doing a Wednesday night series flying the Spit, so it'd be nice to see you there. Alright, so there's 27. So we're going to start down. We want the 1,000 foot per minute descent, so we're going to come off of the altitude hold. Start nosing down, try to get that 1,000 foot per minute. There we go. And when we hit 10,000 feet, we'll do our descent checklist. About 10 miles out, we'll switch over to gyro mode and then go in for the next VOR. Speed increasing, 230 knots. A little notch, 2 notches down. Get us descending again. Ah, there he is. Thought I could hear that Spitfire right there. So not a long leg today. I think next week's is going to be longer. There's 10,000 feet. So descent checklist, please.
26 inches, please. Setting 26 inches. Set. Descent checklist, please. Altimeters and flight instruments cross-checked. Seatbelt signs on. On. Engine blowers low. Low. Descent checks are complete.
So here is the current METAR for Dusseldorf. 1024 is the barometer and winds are 020, so we're going to stick with runway 05, which is what we've got or set up. Oh, is it very bad for us right now, Talia? We're on our way down to 4,000 feet. We're going to be punching through a little bit of clouds here. Air temperature is now over 0 degrees. Turn down the windshield heating. Eastbirds, there's a couple things I've heard about it. One of the big ones is that the sounds are not as good as the Flying Iron sounds.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing.
There's a couple other little modeling things which I'm sure will get fixed when they do it, but I really only need one Spitfire. I don't need all the versions of it. I mean, you'd want the Mark 1 for the early one, the Mark 2 for Battle of Britain, you'd want the Mark 5 for early Europe, the Mark 9 for post, you know, the Mark 16 if you're going to do recon, you know, Mark 24 if you want post-war. It just adds up too many spits. Only need the one. Yeah, Talia, yeah, the exchange rate will kill you. But PMDG aircraft, I mean, they're worth it. A little bit of weather coming up. Just in case. Because the temperatures are just above 0, but not too much above. We'll turn on some de-icing. Alright, we're 3 miles out, so we're going to go gyro pilot. Oops. On this one, we're going to go over to the next frequency. The next one we are going to want is the 11015, which is the VOR. And we want 277 on the OBS. So there. Turn to 277 now. Now, I'm not sure if the one at Dusseldorf is a short range VOR or not. We'll see. And there, 277. And 115.15 is what it should be. Let's see what we get. It should kick in shortly. Getting kind of low. I'm going to bring us out of here at 5,000. For now, we'll just hold 5,000. I think we're over some hills. We'll drop down in a bit. Ah, there we go. Picking up the VOR, 38 miles away. So we can go to localizer. We'll let it pick it up. Pretty much on as it is. Shouldn't be too much resetting ourselves. Actually, Eastbirds, the Kevin's Spitaki turned into a Spitfire, so we may see you in a Spitfire as well. That issue seems to be resolved, but we'd have to see. Talia, you're downloading it now? Oh, excellent. If you need any help, let me know, and I'll help you get set up in it and get you going. I've got a bit of experience flying radial engine airplanes, so I know a little bit about how they work. This has just got 4 engines. And it's just practice. A lot of practice. Oh, there's Pat following in behind me. Got Nick over there. Got Dark in his spit. And there's the other two over that way. That's good. Yeah, we're not sure what actually happened. It just, all of a sudden he was showing up as a Spitfire again. We were kind of beating our heads trying to figure it out, but we finally got it working. Okay, so speed's starting to come back. We're kind of leveled off now, so we can do our in-range.
Cooling turbine. Normal. Fuel booster pumps.
30 miles to go.
On low. Fuel tank selectors. Mains on, crossfeed off. Hydraulic bypass valve. Down. No smoking signs. On. In-range checks complete.
Alright. So, yeah, good point, Talia. So we're, in-range checks are done. We're going to maintain the current speed and power settings. We do got to descend to 4,000 feet for when we cross the airfield. Then 3,000 feet to the intercept for the ILS. If we do have to missed approach, we climb straight ahead, then turn left and head out to the MLA beacon at 4,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of completeness, we're going to put that in. So the beacon frequency is 311. So we'll put that in now. And I don't see any other beacons around, so we don't have to worry about that. A lot of wheel spinning here to get this down to 311. There we go, 311. So that's ADF1, ADF2 we're not using, that's fine. Weird frequencies there. So that's all dialed in now on ADF1. So if we need to, that'll point to the hold point for our missed approach. Beautiful in and out of the clouds here. So we're going to be passing a town called Wuppertal. It's going to be up over here. Once we get through past that, we're going to drop down to 4,000 feet. So I think we're coming out of the hills. We don't want to get too low, although we are punching in and out of the clouds here. Just fine. Speed is 175. Picking up the Dusseldorf VOR. We're not picking up the ILS yet. What I am going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to tune in the other target VOR that we have, 109.8. Put that on nav 2. We're picking that one up now, and that should be slightly to the left, which is what it's pointing to. From Brussels to Hanover, you go through Wuppertal? Really? Would have thought that was a little out of the way, but... Okay, so there's that other VOR. So that is the actual point we're going to be flying to after we cross overhead of the field. I'm going to kind of angle around to pick up that one. Let's see if we can see the town. There she is. The long town kind of stretches along the edge of the hills here. Oh, so we got another DC-6 over that way. We're going to start down to 4,000 feet now. Give it about a 500. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Bit of a descent rate, about 800 feet per minute. Yeah, the ground's dropping down slightly, so we're good there. And we want 4,000 feet. 600 to go. Of course, we're going to need that to help slow us down. 500. 680 feet per minute down. 400. 300. These are back to 500 feet per minute. $200 Yeah, I tell you, I want to do across Canada on train. It's one I've never done. There he is flicking the carb heat switches. There's 100 feet to go. It's 40 feet. 20 feet, and there we go, 4,000 feet. Lock in the altitude hold. And we'll get the speed coming back again. We've already got us coming back to about 175 before, so we should get that. If the U.S. would calm down, I'd like to do the perimeter of the U.S. by train as well, but who knows? Oh, there's some nice farmland out here. There's the airport, dead ahead. That's Dusseldorf, all over here. We're going to start down for 3,000 feet now. Five miles from Dusseldorf, 10015, which is the ILS, is typed in. We're good to switch that in a second. Very nice scenery. It's 500 feet to go. Yeah, Xenon. Yeah, the winds are out of the northeast, so 05 would be the runway of choice. Alright, so we are now just about to cross overhead the field. We're coming down to 3,000 feet. There we go. There's the ADF is now picking up that beacon, and we're overhead the field. We got the VOR flip. Bit of a slowdown here, and there's 3,000 feet. Alright, so we're going to continue this way. Again, we're going to turn to heading 255. We're going to come up, we're going to switch over to the ILS. Begin a slight turn. And we're going to do our before landing checklist.
Flaps 20. Setting flaps 20.
I'll start bleeding our speed now. Speed's coming back. Speed is down to 180, 175, 170,
20 flaps set. Mixtures rich, wait. Auto rich. Just set. Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down.
Alright, we're going to turn towards that beacon now. Now we've slowed down enough. There we go.
Gear down and locked. 3 greens. Props. 2400 RPM.
Waiting for them to finish the checks, and then we'll have control of the airplane.
2400 RPM set. Cow flaps. Plus 3 degrees. Cow flaps set. ADI. ADI off. ADI is off. Green lights. Speed good, extending lights. Lights extended and on. Carbine. Carbine called, set call.
So if we look at our weight right now,
Landing checks complete.
if we go to our fuel load manager, we're currently at 77. So if we go up to our panel and we look at, we'll use 80, always go above. So there's 80, so 131 is our approach speed, 101 is our landing speed. So we're going to try to keep it above 130. We're 135 at the moment. And we're on track to the VOR. Tried the new Quest update. Which update is that, Xenon? I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're referring to. Alright, so we're below the glide slope, which is good. Let's see, we're now passing the beacon. Speed is 138, that is good. So now I'm going to turn to a heading of 180. Get it about a 20-degree bank, so it doesn't take all day to get around. Quest 2, is that for the sim? I'm not familiar with it. Alright, here you can see the runways there. We're going in on 3-3 right, and when we land, it's going to be a right-hand departure. We get to the terminals. The speed is good. We're now going to make a turn to 80 degrees, or 90 degrees, and that should take us in for the intercept. Oh, VR headset. I don't fly in VR. I can't do it with streaming. I got 3 screens up and running with different things, and too much, following too many different things when I'm doing this. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what it looked like, but would be a bit much. Alright, so we'll level off here, flying in for the intercept now. There we go. So we're just waiting for slight bit of movement. Let's go into localizer mode. There we go. See the airport coming up. Head in for the right-hand runway. We've got the glide slope coming down. Got pilot pass ahead of us. Got Nick coming in behind. Got a nice curve in to pick it up. We're almost there for the glide slope, so altitude hold will come off. As soon as we start down, I've done the Shinkansen in Japan. That was a good trip. There we go. We're now heading down, so we're going to go down to flaps 40. power back. The speeds start coming down. We are all set. Landing lights are on. Gear down 3 green. Flaps 40. Here we go. Yeah, doing the Cross Australia train as well would be an interesting one. I've done some train travel in Britain, but mostly driven. I see Dark Fury ahead of me. I'm not sure where he's going. He might be going for 05 left. Yeah, that's what I was on. We did Tokyo to Hiroshima. It's like a 4-hour trip. It was ridiculously fast. Alright, airport elevation is 147 feet, so we're 1,800 feet to go. See the outer marker. So mackerel's going under the bridge. You definitely have to call the tower there, sir. Well, that's what Train Sim World came out for, right? You can do the trains. Same with Trucking Simulator, do the truck. Somebody said it'd be really cool if they could all be integrated. So you could do cargo flights to a place and somebody in Truck Sim World could pick up the cargo and drive it in and to the train yards, and then somebody could take the train. Get a whole integrated logistics system going. All right, 1,000 feet to go. No issues with landing. Weather is clear. Speed's a little bit slow. Let's get that speed up. A little bit more power. I'm talking about train sims and truck sims, and I'm not flying my flight sim. Alright, about 105. Slightly offset. Yeah, they do. I've done a lot of Truck Simulator. Oh, looks like Dark Fury just bopped off a building. Yeah, it'd be really something if they did a 1-to-1. Okay, there's 500 feet. I have control. No auto land. I usually take it off at 500. It's the middle marker. Looking good. It's 100 feet. It's 50 feet. Now we're coming back. Oop. Easy on the flare. Down. Drops in reverse. 80 knots, 70 knots, 60 knots. Reversers are off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 11:13 a.m. and it's currently about 30.
We're going to exit down and we're going to get off at L4.
Please remain seated until the the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the...
Nick's coming in behind us. And there we are. Exiting the runway. Very nice. Fred, would you mind cleaning up, please? Let's see where'd Pat go? Oh, they're over there.
After landing checks complete.
It's good practice, Pat. Hand flying. Thanks, Eastwards. I remember early in the sim days when they did an update, and I think it was Sim Update 1, and they broke the entire autopilot in the A320, and I didn't know, and I flew from Boston to New York, and I had to hand fly the entire way. Couldn't even do an altitude hold. What a pain that was. Yeah, I find the first time you put a new aircraft up, it can take a while. Sure where Pat was going, but I just gotta put her in over here. Alright, so we are in position, everything is set. Let's get a little bit of air in here. Open up the window. And you can shut her down.
Set.
Oh, a little bit of lagginess here. Not sure what was causing that, but we made it and we are down. And here we all are. Nick pulling in. We did have Pilot Pat in and out over there. Not sure what he's doing. Well, thank you very much for joining us, guys, on this leg as we do Germany. The next one coming up, we'll be heading to southern Germany, hopefully see the Alps. And for all you guys flying, thank you very much. Talia, we hope to see you on the next one in your DC-6. We'll see how that goes. And Captain Megazenon, thank you very much for joining us. Now the logbook comes up. Thank you very much for joining us in the chat, and hopefully we'll see you on some of these flights in the future. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.